On the last video I made about the consolidation of the gaming industry, I got
Actually, the video game industry is nowhere near consolidation and can ever be an oligopoly.
Well, what about now? Do you think the new Nintendo Direct was any indication? Do you think Nintendo would ever be this ballsy if there was a lot of competition? Yes, everything is technically fine and it's not all doom and gloom. Hell, like I said in my last video, which you should check out after this one by the way, not even experts can objectively declare whether an industry is heading towards an oligopoly or ruin. That is doubly so for an industry as wide and diverse as gaming. But let's just look at AAA/mainline console gaming for the moment. You have got to admit, with the outrageous announcements from the latest Nintendo Direct, that you're at least a tad bit worried about the state of the industry. If these aren't portents of consolidation, what is? Now, if you're unaware of the controversy surrounding Nintendo and the Switch 2, I'll sum it up for you quickly, although you've probably heard of it because of the social media outrage. So first up is that Nintendo hiked up the price of the Switch 2 from $300 to $450, which is still fine if everything else was in a dumpster fire. I mean, before I get into my eventual rant, check out this Reddit post that adjusts Nintendo console prices for inflation, and I'd say prices are pretty in line. Well, except that you need to pay for more stuff, but anyway. They also dropped a bombshell and 100% blew open the floodgates by having some of their games, such as Mario Kart, be $90 US. Can you believe it? Mario Kart. This was the biggest deuce they could have dropped on us, because just you wait till Sony announces their $80 games too. They also showcased the new, exclusive, the revolutionary, the unimaginable game chat feature. Welcome to 2002 with Xbox Live, I guess.
Forget that, let's play!
Next up, with the game chat, they also showed out the optional new camera, which has an inbuilt system that automatically removes the backgrounds and overlays your face over the game. Anyone heard of any video conferencing app that doesn't require a special camera? This special camera also costs $50. Moving on, they also revealed how some game cards won't actually have games on them. Instead, they act as a digital key code where you'll need to download the game from the eShop. Game preservation, anyone? More like game perversion. You'll also have to pay $10 to play some games you already owned on Switch to get the upgraded version, which is a freaking GPS app on the Breath of the Wild Zelda. And as the final kick to the balls, they also showcased a tech demo that you need to buy separately because it doesn't even come with the new Switch. They just revealed it's going to be $10. Great value, they say. Before the impending rant, I would just like to say that Nintendo is one of the most innovative companies out there. From the SNES to the Game Boy and DS to the Wii and the Switch, Nintendo truly does push the boundaries of innovative gaming, be it mainline consoles or handheld consoles. I love most of the Nintendo IPs and think they have an unparalleled exclusives lineup. Even the Switch 2 is a great leap from its predecessor, with more horsepower, better screen, better dock, more features, etc. But I mean, come on, what further evidence does one need that at least the console sector of this industry is heading towards consolidation, if not a full-fledged oligopoly? We have Microsoft failing and thinking of exiting the console market entirely, thus paving way for even more consolidation by Sony and Nintendo. And let's not forget, like I said in my last video, most of the AAA game studios are under these three companies after the Activision acquisition. Why do you think everyone coincidentally raised their prices to $70 at the same time? Speaking of price hikes, last time it was Sony, now it's Nintendo. And not only is the price hike from $70 to $80 US, but to $90 US for physical games. Do you think all the suits at Nintendo would have made this brash decision if they thought their competitors would undercut them and compete? No, they know the rest of the AAA guys are going to follow suit, and after a while everyone will say, well, it's the industry standard, it's not that expensive anyway. This is exactly what collusion is. You don't see AAA consoles trying to compete or cut below each other. They can all implicitly agree to raise prices across the board and the consumers can do nothing about it. Well, they can, but it's not that simple. More on that later. And don't talk to me about inflation, okay? That's a BS argument. Even taking the highest inflation rate in the US of 8% during the COVID era, the price hike from 60 to 70 bucks is 15%, almost double the inflation rate. And the price hike from 60 to 80 or $90 is well over 30%. That's not matching inflation. That's literally surpassing it by double or triple. And do you think that extra money is going to the game developers? More than half of them were fired in just the past 2 years. It's all inevitably going to go to the executives and the CEOs with their annual bonuses. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Nintendo we're talking about. I've waited the entire Switch lifecycle for the new Fire Emblem games to go on sale so I can play them. But they've been full price to this day. I still haven't played 3 Houses yet. So you can bet they're going to keep game prices at 80 bucks years and years after release. Also, another side rant. I am just so disappointed that FromSoft is releasing another console exclusive. Okay, I get Nintendo using their own in-house studios to make their own exclusives, but why did you have to make another exclusive FromSoft? Bloodborne is still in limbo and I don't think we even have a chance at a PC port because Sony is probably planning the remaster to release with the PS6. I'll talk about this later, but console exclusives just suck, especially third-party exclusives. As consumers, we shouldn't have to be forced to buy an entire console just because one of the big 3 oligopolies nabbed an amazing third-party studio. Consolidation! Anyway, it's not only games, it's other features too. The following section is going to be a little ridiculous to you, but I need you to let go of what you know about other consoles and think about it from a third-party standpoint. So, Nintendo spent a lot of time about the okay, I won't use that bit again, but the game chat feature. Cool, you can finally talk to your friends on a party chat from the console. Welcome to modern gaming, Nintendo. They're so proud of this feature that they even added a new C button to the Switch. You guys do realize that this isn't going to be a free feature that comes with the console, right? Well, I mean, it's free for a bit, but that you'll have to buy a Switch Online subscription eventually to use this new feature that they kept harping on about. Like I said, don't immediately jump to the fact that duh, well, Microsoft and Sony are doing it too, you know. I want you to objectively analyze the industry and see for yourself the effects of consolidation. So what if Microsoft and Sony are doing this? If the industry was truly competitive, we would have an underdog trying to disrupt the industry by having, for example, a free chat feature that doesn't require a subscription. But we don't see it because these companies are colluding and implicitly agreeing on what they will or will not charge for their consoles. I don't know about you, but this is a very textbook definition of cartel behavior if I've ever seen one. I mean, the more I think about this latest reveal, the more befuddled I get. Like, take the new camera, aka webcam. It's a $50 additional purchase. Anyone remember that the 3DS came with not 1, not 2, but 3 whole cameras with the console? And does anyone realize to use the camera for its intended purpose, you would need a Switch Online subscription as well? So, let's get this straight. When you purchase the camera, you'll also need to purchase a Switch Online subscription for the new console you just purchased. Are we seriously okay with bending under this absurdity? Not to mention the goddamn $10 tech demo. I mean, come on, Nintendo, could you not extend a single olive branch to your loyal customers? $10? Are you really that petty? Before you type out your eventual rebuttal to the thesis of this video, I hope that if you enjoyed it this far, you could leave a like. Or a dislike if you didn't. And if you want to watch more analysis like this on games and the industry, I hope you subscribe. It really helps me as a small-time YouTuber. So, let's address the counterpoint. Choice. Many of you might say, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. You have a choice of whether to play Nintendo games or not, so stop complaining. And I will counter this argument by simply saying, stop being disingenuous. This is the most laziest and equivocal rebuttal to the people who want the gaming industry to be more competitive, which benefits us gamers.
We gamers will rise!
Like you and me. First of all, when we are analyzing an industry, having more choices almost always means that the buyers or consumers of that industry have more power than the sellers or competitors in the industry, which again benefits us. It's an absurd dismissal that literally stops all discussion and lets corporations get away with whatever they want to do. But choice in this discussion isn't the choice between playing or not playing on a console. Choice means that consumers have choices to alternatives. Having alternatives means that the competitors of the industry will compete with each other to win over consumers. But right now, at least in the mainline console and AAA industry, the companies know that they can collude with each other over things like game prices, online gaming and voice chatting requiring subscriptions, prices of such subscriptions, etc. They also could care less about PC gaming because let's face it, the console market is a way bigger market than PC, and they know console players won't easily switch to PC, and that might be your other rebuttal. Why care if PC gaming equalizes the playing field anyway? Listen, I am primarily a PC player myself, mostly because of the indie games and the original pricing on Steam, which I can't believe the console market doesn't cater to half the world. But yes, PC has free online chat, Steam, Discord, hell I don't know why you want to, but you could even use Microsoft Teams. You can play multiplayer games without needing a subscription service, you get great sales and savings even on AAA games, you have a wide selection of indie games, and hell, recent trends show that gamers are slowly switching over to PC from consoles just because they are tired of getting gouged all the time. But all of this is off point. Sure, PC gaming is great, but so should console gaming be. We should be gamers before being PC gamers or console gamers or mobile gamers. And that's not even mentioning that PC gaming has its own set of problems right now. The damned AI bubble has been pushing GPU demand and prices higher and higher. Even a budget card costs around the price of an entire console just because of this demand spike and lack of GPU manufacturers. By the way, Intel and Nvidia have already been found out in the past to be using manipulative tactics, so we already have sort of cartel in the PC space too. Thank God for AMD. But I mean, it also just sucks, you know? I don't know why gamers of all people put forth this argument of, oh, go play something else or somewhere else or just don't play it, I guess. Because why are we okay with letting these companies get away with it? I want to play console exclusives too. Well, sometimes, but more than that, I want my fellow gamers who are on consoles to not be exploited. If we just take a step back, which I hopefully made you do through this video, we will inevitably see how unscrupulous console and AAA gaming has gotten in the recent past. We shouldn't be okay with this. We shouldn't just accept it and give into it, because if we keep giving in, they are going to keep taking more and more. And piss off with the no free lunch argument, okay? If the extra money was going into funding new studios, hiring new developers, training new developers, I might have agreed. But like I said, half of the developers were laid off, so it's mostly going into the pockets of executives and shareholders. So I hope anyone who did watch this video till the end, the 10 of you I guess, that you might have realized some of the dangerous trends that are happening in the gaming industry, and that you will vote with your wallet. Let me tell you, companies don't really care about our ranting on social media. But if you decide to not buy games for a while, oh boy will the competition start right back up. But if I'm being brutally honest with you, like I said in my video about gamers ruining the industry, check out that one too, linked up at the top. At the end of the day, the video game industry is a market. The consumers in the market, the gamers in this case, have told the companies time and again that they are willing to get exploited even more. You watching this video might be one of the few who are cognizant of their choices, but sadly, we are in the minority. I just hope that this trend doesn't continue, or that one day the industry as a whole doesn't collapse in on itself.